Cavecast, the uncensored show for nerds of all kinds.
Dude, it's let me say this, man. It's been a long time since we've had you back on here, man. And it's so cool just to be able to connect with you. You're somebody that I love talking to, and especially with the last time Eric wasn't able to be there. So tonight's just going to be just kind of a conversation of just friends hanging out with friends, doing our thing. And we've got a list of questions for you and things, but that's just to kind of give us a roadmap. But first and foremost, man, we got to discuss something very, very important that happened on your channel. Was that you hit 100K?
Yeah.
You hit it, dude. So just to take us through that, what was that journey like to make it there and to finally have the plaque in your hands?
I was sat there like, do you know what? When I was getting towards the point where it was getting to 100,000, like 99.9 and all that, I was actually in bed. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to screen record this because I had the idea of making that video that I showed you. I thought, and when it gets to the defining moments, I wanted to record that bit of animation.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, I thought, well, it's been going up pretty quick. I need one more sub. So I sat there with my phone on screen recording. And I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking sitting there.
Yep.
I'm sitting there. And then it went to 98. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, stop recording. Sitting there waiting again. And then that's how I got the idea of doing the beginning of like, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm sat there, went to 99. I was like, right, let's go hit record. Do you know how long that video is to get that little snippet? 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Longest 17 minutes of your life.
Sat there like, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it. And it's 2 o'clock in the morning, this. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss it. Your eyes are like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it finally went and I stopped recording. I went to sleep and I was like, oh. But it's that initial trying to get to that point, isn't it? What bugs me about, I mean, I'm one of these people, I like stats and stuff, like statistics and what have you. And on this other screen here, I have my live subscriber count going up on the other monitor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I see how fast it goes some days, and when I put a video out, when it goes faster, sometimes when it goes backwards, it's demoralizing. I mean, you must have seen it go backwards at some point in your...
I've seen it happen where I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, come on.
Yeah.
And then you think, is it the video I just put out?
Yeah.
It goes backwards.
Yeah.
It's like, what did I
good video?
It's like, what did I do? Like, what's the issue?
There was one video I remember looking at. It was kind of earlier on. I forget what it was. It was a good video, but it was up for like a couple of hours, and I looked at some of the stuff, and it said -2 subscribers. People unsubscribed because of it. I was like, oh shit, like.
What's even like on the Cavecast Live I did the other day, I saw that it had like 88 views or something collectively, like for the couple of days afterwards, and I checked it again, it's at 87. So I'm like, so they like a view got dropped. Like, I'm not really that upset about it. I just kind of want to know how that happens. So,
where did it go?
It disappeared. He's a phantom. He never existed. So
Well, the funny thing is, I started doing reactions to a band called One OK Rock a long time ago. And when I was watching my statistics, I put this video out, and then I got a load of subscribers, like I think at 30 or 40 on the video. I was like, hey, that was all right. You know what I mean? That was pretty good. I was only on about 20,000 subscribers at the time, so I thought that's quite a lot of subscribers for one video for me at that point in time. So then, like the week after, when someone requested another one, I put it on -5. I was like,
-5?
Dude, that's so messed up.
Minus plus 40 last week and -5 this one on a different one.
Yeah.
It bugs because I like when a number goes. I've got OCD in certain things. That's one of the things I was going to talk to you about.
Yeah.
So when a number goes up, it can't go down in my head. It has to stay where it is.
Of course.
I'm the type of person like this Switch controller now, right? Okay. My son's got a Switch, and when his pads they started drifting.
Oh yeah.
And then he went, "Can I use your controllers?" No. Because they're the ones that match my Switch.
Yeah.
What we'll do, we'll go to the shop, we'll buy you some more.
Yeah.
If I have technology, that technology has to stay with that technology. I won't even lend anyone my phone plug, to charge my phone. And I won't charge my phone on something else.
No shit. No,
that's the one that come with it.
Yeah, I'm going to get the exact amount of voltage I need with this. It's what was made from the factory.
Yes.
But it's like everything else. If someone gives me a tip at work, if they give me that money has to go in my pot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Just that. If someone moved the quid, I'm like, no, don't put that money in something else. That's the one they give me. Do you know what I mean? I'm weird like that.
Oh man.
Honestly, have you got anything like that?
I mean, I would say mine is kind of more like for instance, like making the new studio downstairs, like even like putting like the lights up and stuff like that. Like lights for me are like the one thing where I'm like, no, like get it as close as I can, but yet you look at how the lights are hung up and I look at it from a distance. They're not, you know, in the moment it feels like it's perfect, but I don't know. I think that it's when it comes to like guitar and, you know, probably for like when I do my cleaning spurts and things like that, I'll have like moments, but I think I also have like selective OCD where I can like get rid of it for a couple of days, and then but when I'm in it, I'm like, no, dude, everything has to be in a triangle or a circle or like or so, you know. So
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. Yeah. But more so lighting for me. But but I'm OCD about my like lighting now for like the channels and stuff. But other than that, it's like selective OCD.
Yeah.
Well, lighting's got to be all right. Have you ever seen the film The Equalizer?
I've not.
Denzel Washington. Have you seen it? Have you seen it, Eric?
I've seen it once.
Right.
Long time ago.
I won't spoil it too much for Kyle, but do you know the bit when his desk is arranged, it has to be arranged a certain way?
Yeah.
Well, my computer and my Stream Deck and my little portable thing are all in line. What is doing my head in on the wall here is this. The light switch. Yeah. The light switch is doing my head in because I can't put these there and get everything in the symmetry.
Right. Yep.
So I'm looking at that screen and I'm like,
yeah, it's not flush.
Who put that light switch there? It was actually me. I put it there because I built the wall.
It's actually me.
It was my fuck up.
I have no one to blame but myself. Yeah.
So speaking of it being on the wall there, like, so when you saw the numbers, like, because we kind of did the same thing, because I'm pretty sure I watched it doing the same thing. It was like kind of later at night, but when you actually got it, like. There was this thing with me and Kyle where we knew we had hit the number. We had hitting the number and we're waiting for this thing to come in. It took like, I don't know, a week or whatever. But people were like, how's it feel? How's it feel? I'm like, I don't know. Like it's a Tuesday. Like, I don't know what to say. But then it showed up. The box showed up and I'm looking at it. And Meg was like, did you open it yet? I'm like, well, no, Kyle's at work. Like, you know, this is just as much his as it is mine. So like, I'm going to wait.
Ours, yeah.
And so when we finally did it, like, I don't know, there was just, when you finally like saw it and saw your name on there, like had it in your hand, like there was just something completely different than seeing the number change.
Yeah. It was kind of almost like, I would say, you know, like, because it's like Christmas morning, because it's like, you know, the difference of Christmas is that you don't know what you're getting. Sure. But in the same hand, this was like, oh my God, like, you know, I've only ever just, you know, heard of this or watched other people, you know, achieve this. Yeah. I do like how they did say it in the letter, which I'm sure that like, you know, everybody else's letter like says the same thing, but it's like, you know, you've done something that few people have done. And it's like, wow, like, I'm like, we don't really, it's like, it's kind of hard to think about because, you know, we've use that analogy of, you know, being in boiling water where it's like, no, like it's over time we kind of got used to the numbers and stuff because, okay, we know what it was like when we were at 20K or like 30 or 40 or 80. And then, you know, when 100 happened. So it's just, I don't know, like, but to physically open it up, like, cause I think it was even that moment of like, be careful, like take it out of the styrofoam, you know? So like, was
it the same for you though? Like where it had more surreal?
Well, I'll go back to the video. Have you seen the video, Eric? That I made?
No, I did not. I did not.
Right. Okay. Well, Kyle's seen it. It's basically everything that happened in that video. It wrote itself, basically. So when I was waiting for the numbers to change, I was like, "Come on!" Kept looking like, "Come on!" You know what I mean? The only thing I didn't do was sit there recording with the phone, but it was the same principle. And then obviously when it went 100, you're like, "Yes, I'm at 100." Right. What now? Yeah, and then I did the little like We're the Millers firework. You're happy. You know what I mean? That's what it's like. And then a couple of weeks later, I was in bed in the morning when they knocked on the door of it, which is when I jumped up, seen the postman, ran down the stairs, got it, and then I did the whole when he opened it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it's like. She's like, how good is that? I've done that. That's my achievement. And I thought, well, actually, it's all the subscribers as well. That's why I've written that little thing.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, that basically I wrote, that was like a biography that when I made it, it was easy to write.
Yeah.
I just made what I did. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
For
exactly.
sure.
Exactly.
So what you need to do, Eric, is go on my page and look at the video that's my trailer, because that's what it is now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just watch the first part of it, and then you'll see exactly how my life was at that point.
Yeah, man, that's incredible. Like I really enjoy seeing it back there. And like Kyle was touching earlier in the fact of like a piece of history and like what it says, like, that's your name on there. I tell my daughter all the time, Riker's her middle name. I'm like, that's a part of history, and like that's your name, like you're part of something special here. Like we all are a part. Yeah, we're all in the club, and like that's a huge achievement. And will we ever get another one? Don't know, but I don't know how far I'll be able to take it. But at the same time, like it looks really good sitting behind your head, man. Like I love it.
I can put up with the OCD.
Yeah,
that's there.
Yeah, right.
But on the last interview with Kyle, remember me telling you that I nearly quit twice?
Yes. Yeah.
And then I got the 100,000. At the same time as that, I bought that sign over there.
Yeah, what does it say?
It says, "Don't quit."
Yeah, don't quit.
Okay, yeah.
2 scribbled out. Do it.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
Dude.
It's too bright though.
No, I like it though.
You sort of see it in this here, but
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Don't quit.
Yeah.
Do it. And every time I feel like, I'm like, well, that's an inspiration now.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I love it.
That's why I bought that sign, to constantly remind yourself.
Of course.
That I was sitting there, me thinking, why are people growing faster than me? Why are people growing faster? Why I put videos out like they do? In fact, mine's better than theirs. I can tell I've put more production in mine. And when you see the person just doing that and nothing else,
right?
Yes, they're getting loads. And I'm sat there and I'm watching it, and then I altered my mindset into the point where I went, hang on, there's a lot of channels down here that I'm growing quicker than, who are probably thinking
the same
why
thing.
Is he going quicker than me?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Do you know what I mean? And then I went, I'm thinking about this wrong. You go as quick as you go, you grow as fast as you grow.
You do,
dude.
You do,
dude. Preach,
and
dude.
that's where the positive mindset came from, and that's why I bought that sign.
So I guess like my question for you is that like when when you have either like bad days or things like that, is that is that the main thing that rips you out of out of that funk, or like how do you help yourself stay motivated, whether or not it's like videos either like you maybe aren't like in the mood for, or things like that, because I know that that's something that it's thankfully it's not all the time, but there are some times where like we've talked to each other afterwards and it's like tonight was work, right? Where it's like tonight really wasn't enjoying, so it's like how do you keep that flame alive?
It was a grind to get to the 100,000, obviously, like I said. But to be honest, Kyle, it was something you said that made me make my channel grow better. Because I watched your Cavecast, because I watched a lot of your Cavecast videos.
Thank you.
No, no problem. I put them on at work as well and drive around, like when you've put something out. Because some are on for an hour, and it's like, keep passing the time.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
But there was one thing that you said, it resonated with me. Because I was just watching it, like I think it was on a live stream that you did. I think I told you about this last time as well. And you said something like, people are asking for this reaction, this band, that band. Basically, we can't put the ones on that's not good for the channel. So you need to make this to make it grow. And what works on your channel and what doesn't. Like NF works on your channel.
Yeah.
Right.
That boosted you right up. So you're like, we'll do more NF, we'll do more NF, we'll do more Sleep Token, we'll do more Blackpink, stuff that makes your channel grow. And I'm thinking, I'm putting this request, I'm putting that request, that's got 20 views, that's got 100, and then I'm like, well, this one here's got 1,000, like 20,000, that's got 30,000.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to start doing that now. And because I started putting 3 reactions out a day and I've knocked it down to 2. And also, I found out, like Kyle found out, that the first 8 to 9 hours is the most important for your video.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
So what I do now, this is my ethic. If I'm putting an artist out from Japan, from Indonesia, from anywhere in that sort of region, that reaction goes out at like 11 in the morning. Right?
Okay.
I used to put all my stuff out at once and just let it go. Right? Now I've got one at 11 o'clock, and then like an American reaction, American band.
I see.
At 8:30.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because the audience is there.
Okay.
This is how and then this has been slowly helping my channel to grow a bit better than it was.
Interesting.
Dude, good.
Okay.
Awesome.
See,
but the 8 hours, there's 9 hours difference between them. 11 and like 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're okay.
Yeah.
See, and that was the thing too, is that, I almost had myself in this box when first starting, and even I dare say even like 50,000 subscribers deep, but the fact of when to put stuff out, because my mindset, I put myself in a box of, 9 a.m. that's when everybody's up. Well, it's not everybody just from the United States, man. Like,
right.
I keep forgetting that it's all over the globe.
Yeah.
Like, and that's almost like surreal to me, where it's like, no, that can't be right.
Yeah.
And so you're right. Like, I never thought about that. Like, what am I putting out? Well, what time is it there? And like, that's genius.
Yeah, dude.
It's about learning. I'm still learning. I've been doing this for 3.5 years, and I'm still learning now. I still watch people like Nick Nimmin and other creators who talk about YouTube, what's rolling out, what's going to be popular, what's happening in 2024. I still watch all these videos where people are still constantly trying to learn what the craft is and how the algorithm is changing and stuff. And adapting in that way, like thinking about what you're putting out instead of just throwing it out. Do you know what I mean?
Correct.
This has been my mindset for about a year now, about the splitting them up, not putting 3 at a time out. I mean, it might work for Mr. L. Boyd. He just goes bang, 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 bang. He just puts them all out.
Right.
I don't know how he just gets the growth. It just happens.
Yeah.
So some people are just lucky. That's the way I get it. But since I've been checking out the time zones and thinking where that artist is from, the views have been better than the hits.
Dude, that's
good. Amazing. That's a very genius way and business way to look at it. And that's where like it's not a lot, but when we do get the, kind of BS, like you're just chasing a paycheck and the algorithm. Well, that's what this what this is. Like we're chasing the algorithm because we want a healthy channel. And I don't understand how people don't understand. Hey, this artist several times in a row did not do well on our channel, or they want us to react to something that's got 5,000 subscribers and 20,000 views. It's like, well, we're going to get a piece of that. It's not, we can't.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they're good.
Yeah, well, I think that even like the recent one that we did that really blew us away, not only because of their talent and also like in the way that it performed, was Catch Your Breath, which was a newer band that was on a patron poll, and it was just like, wow, like these guys are great, and we kind of had the mentality of like, all right, well, this is probably going to be a low hitter, and the next day people were commenting like, dude, thank you so much for this is awesome. So it's been very
it does.
It's very interesting. It's been very hard to gauge on, kind of like what will for sure do well consistently, because, again, we were kind of, for a while, it felt like we were kind of hitting triples no matter what we did, and it was like, so
I knew that was going to stop.
Yeah.
I knew that was going to fade, but dude, it was like a year stride. It was just hitting for us. Like, and I didn't understand why, but I went with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, prior to the conversation I had with Kyle on the last one, when I was telling you, like, I was talking to you about the following reverse reaction that you did, and I got 10K on mine, and you got. And when I checked yours, it was 196, and last time I checked, I think it was about 700,000 or something like that.
It's ridiculous.
Since then, since I've altered this and done the thing with the countries and working out what's good for the channel, I've got 2 videos over 200,000. I've got a shed load over 100,000 now.
Good, dude.
Because I've been getting, I mean, like I can't rescue the Ronnie Radke one now because it's already gone, and the train has gone. The traction of that's gone. I mean, it's still going up steadily. It's on 10.8 instead of 10.1, but it's little. It's going up. It's still going up. It's not going down.
Yeah,
right. The time to take the views off you,
for sure.
But like when you said the other day on that video, Kyle, when you said about Wage War, someone asked you about Wage War, and you meant like they don't do well on the channel. Well, what I did to keep them people happy, especially the patrons as well, I set up a second channel.
Oh yeah,
right,
yeah.
And then you can keep growing your main channel, and whatever happens on that one, that happens. That's why I've got one channel at nearly 115,000, and the other one's on 6,000. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, I was just about to ask you. How long have you been doing the second channel?
About 18 months, but that's because I've just been putting other stuff on. But I also had a hiatus from that for about 6 months.
Okay. All right. So a year. So basically about a year's worth of work. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to think, okay, 6,000 and 18, like, as far as like, subscriber count compared to, so you're definitely monetizable on the other one.
The other one's monetized, yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. That
But
is
it's like it's making like 30 quid. Do you know what I mean? It's
well,
because
sure.
of putting all them other bands on.
But
that's what you've got to separate. You've got to, like you say, if you're going to put the second channel out and someone asks you for, like you say, Wage War, or it was the other guy you was on about, Wick Lowry.
yeah.
You don't do well on your channel, throw it over there. People still watch it there. You get your 30 views on that one.
Yeah.
And then you carry on putting
Yeah.
your Blackpink and
Right.
stuff on your main channel. It's worth setting the second one up.
So what really blows me away about you is, again, we kind of talked about this in the first podcast that I did with you, but still, dude, it's the amount of content that you are pushing out is just incredible, and especially too is that it's so well because I'm curious is that you, if I remember seeing correctly, you have 4 channels now. Because you have the main channel, you have the gaming, you have the extra channel you were talking, the horror one, and then the extra one. So I guess, like, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like the Stephen King thing where it's like, how the hell do you like run 4 channels, my dude?
Right.
Like, how does that happen? Like, take us through that.
Right, I started with a gaming channel, as everybody does, like you guys did.
Yeah, right.
I've sat there for like 3 years on that channel with 37 subscribers. And I'm like, we're playing a few rounds of Creed VR. I'm like getting like knocked out and stuff. And it's like, okay, that's not working. And then, like I say, when I watched it's Alex Hefner's fault that I'm here.
Okay.
Because COVID happened. I started the game channel before COVID, and it's never worked. So technically, I've got 3 channels because I wouldn't count the gaming channel as a channel.
None of us do.
But when COVID happened and I got laid off work, I'm like, oh my God, what the hell am I going to do now? I've been furloughed. I'm getting rubbish wages off like the estate and whatever.
Sure.
And then I was just like, I just troll through YouTube. I thought, I didn't know what a reaction channel was. I was just looking through YouTube at silly like little videos, funny videos. And then I saw Alex Hefner because obviously he's more of a comedy reactor. And because obviously put comedy in, his face come up. It went, Alex Hefner reviews Linkin Park. Oh, Linkin Park? What's this? I thought that was a documentary because he looks like a documentary type. He does.
Okay.
Clicked on the thumbnail. I thought, I could do that.
So you had never seen a reaction channel prior? Like a music reaction? Really?
No. Really? Really? And I was like,
wow.
I could do that. I'm going to have a go. Do you know what I mean? And that's when I bought a laptop and I drove to the hardware store car park, right in the corner where the trees are, with my laptop. I like put a poll out on Facebook, like with my friends. Oh, do Popular Monster. Right, what's that?
Okay.
Let's do it. Sat there, honestly, I was sat in my scruffs. If you look at the video, it's bad quality because it's got a really crap camera on the laptop. But I'm sat there, there's little bits of silicone and like paint and stuff on my top. And you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm dead nervous. I'm like, yeah, it sounded good, that. You know what I mean? You know what you do when you first start? You sit there going,
I know how to words. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Dude, that is actually really crazy in the fact of Alex Hefner and the fact of being, because my I guess inspiration was the No Life Shacks, the Tulits, the who was the other, a couple D Gibbies, things like that. And it was kind of the same thing like you, where it was like, hey, you want to do this? Yeah. So that's crazy.
I wish I could tell you that it was like a deeply thought out thing, but it was kind of like, all right, it's like, let's just, I mean, we're already doing stuff that like nothing's happening, so we might as well like just have some fun. We love music. So,
and we thought the studio was so cool when we were gaming. Oh, it was so great. Oh, it was fucking horrible.
My studio was a Volkswagen Golf.
Was still.
This was a last chance saloon for me, that doing YouTube at that time, because I had about £1,500 in the bank, and I didn't sell the other half. I was buying a laptop for like 899 quid.
Oh wow!
To do this, it's game because you need a gaming laptop for the power and stuff. So I bought like a Nitro 5, a proper good one.
Yep.
And I was like, it come from like wherever it's coming from. I shoved it in the car instead of taking it in the house, and then off I drove. Just go to the hardware store. I'm like, this needs to gain traction. It needs to work. Otherwise, you can say, where's this 800 quid gone? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Fortunately, 6 or 7 weeks later, the place where I work opened back up with the food and stuff because everyone needs to eat.
Okay, yeah,
good.
So I'm like, right, put that money back.
You're
Throw that money back in.
No,
What do you mean?
Is this going to be the first time that she knows that that's what happened, or has this been like, you
Well,
know,
he
just
clearly showed that he had a laptop.
Cool now.
Yeah, right.
Listen, mate, look what I've got now.
You're right.
I've got 2 cameras, 3 monitors, a big computer, all these frigging lights. Mate,
Yep.
honestly.
Oh man,
And that's the thing too, is like when I literally kind of looked at him the one day, because he, you know, he was already doing the podcast thing, and you know, once this room opened up, and I was like, you know, what's it gonna cost me? And it wasn't that I never had this mentality of I can't do it. I was like, what's it gonna cost me to be able to edit, upload, do all these things, blah blah blah? And he went, this. And I went, okay, I'll be right back.
And it was like what, like 2 months later?
Not
through
yeah,
trial
like
and
not
error,
even through trial and error, like we had it pretty much. And that was just one of those where I told him, I said, look, man, I'm spending this couple $1,000s in equipment, you know, collectively. And I said, if it doesn't pay me back in the first like 2 years, then obviously it's not for me. And that was kind of where it was. And then it just went after the gaming.
Yeah.
But
Well, my philosophy on that was if basically if it doesn't work and I've spent that money, if I've blown that money, then basically at least after me bollocking, I'd have something to play on.
Yeah,
You know what I
right,
mean?
exactly.
I'd be able to play games. I was like, well, I bought it for the games. You know what I mean?
It's almost a little more than you'd pay for a console now anyway. So it's just like,
Right.
and you can surf the web with it and pay your bills and do
Exactly.
everything else. You know?
Exactly.
I'm sitting there thinking, do we need to sell a kidney here or what?
Yeah.
Money back. I mean, the money was mine. It's just the fact that she would have bollocked me because we have the money separate. Because I spent it out on my savings, she'd be like, well, what happens if you don't get back in work? This was before everything was like, you know, we didn't know where we were standing with the government and stuff. But I just thought it has to work. And I'm thinking, everybody's online. If this works, people watch it. There's always going to be people on YouTube. And if you can get it to a certain level, then okay.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then it's not been a waste of time. And thank God it wasn't.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the story of Mr. Beast?
I know a little.
Yeah.
Did you know he got to 100,000 subscribers using a phone?
Using a phone?
Really?
Oh my
All
God.
these videos were recorded on a phone.
And then
my
he
God.
Even
just
his
straight
gaming
uploaded.
videos like that.
Really?
Wow.
See, I didn't know that. I knew he was one of those guys that like is a multi-millionaire, borderline billionaire at some points, but like lives in a 2-bedroom apartment and drives like a Prius. And he's like, 'cause I don't need any of this shit. Like, which is great, but he puts it all back into his videos. But it's like, that's crazy, man. I did not know that.
Yeah, because like I say, when you first starting out, I did research.
Of course.
And I took inspiration from Mr. Beast is the biggest YouTuber at the time. So
Sure.
I'm going to see what he did. And he's like, I got to 100,000 subscribers with a phone. You don't have to have a good camera. You don't have to have this. And I'm sat there with my laptop sweating, thinking, I should just use my phone.
You're like the elf or one of the elves in Elf where he's like, I want to make shoes.
Do you know that scene when you go, it's about that time he realized he fucked up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why didn't I watch this first?
But see, that's the thing is that like it's probably you almost had that mindset where I've heard you say it before tonight or on tonight's episode where you was like, you know, it was a shitty quality camera and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You have that mindset like I did where it's like, sure, I'm sure Mr. L Beast did do it on a phone.
Mr. Beast
Or Mr. L Beast.
Yes.
I was L boy and then, yeah. But the fact of I wanted a professional look right off the rip and sound because I wanted to draw people in.
Yeah.
You know, Kyle has always been that person telling me that like, you know, you can slack on certain things, but this, and this, you have to have, you know, be on point or people aren't going to want to stick around.
Yeah.
So
that's the good thing about having someone who's already been doing it at the time to guide you.
Correct. But that's just interesting.
I had never done anything, me.
Right.
Nothing.
But that's what I'm saying. That's just interesting that he did it with a phone. Like I would have never.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that, like, oh, he probably did invest a couple $1,000s in his stuff before he went. No, apparently not.
Man.
I mean, I think it probably just makes it, like him looking at it and like being frugal because, I mean, clearly like, again, I don't know, the ins and outs of like, his personal spending and things like that. But clearly like, there's times that, like when he does like the tipping videos of like, giving, whether it's a pizza delivery guy or whatever, like, he'll do different things. But he does have that mentality of like, I don't need this, So he's like, I've already made all my money. My parents are taken care of, or like this is that. So it's like I got my game system and I'm happy. So
yeah, he's got a video coming live in 2 years, and it's his 10-year video from when he first started that he's set to private for 10 years to see where he is. What's that?
Oh shit,
dude!
And he's like, when you see the thumbnail, it's like a little spotty kid with a mobile phone.
Yeah,
and you're like, he's gonna like my goal. But he's like, my goal is to be 10,000 subscribers. Can you imagine it? And then when it goes live, it's gonna be like, dude, you're like 200 million.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's Isn't he one of the? Isn't like him and it's like PewDiePie or something have like the most?
He's kicking PewDiePie's ass, mate.
Oh, really?
No shit.
PewDiePie's on is plateaued about 112 million. Well, sorry for him.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, Mr. Beast. If you check his analytics on Social Blade, every 3 or 4 days is another million subscribers.
Oh,
every 3 or 4 days.
Well, because
he's the second biggest YouTuber behind this Indian one that's like a network.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
but he's catching them up.
That's crazy.
Like, because I don't know, like it's interesting to me because like we know how our channels grow or like how we look at it in different things, and there is that culture shock when you do see a bigger number. But like when you are pulling in, like let's just say that Social Blade is off by 20%. That is still an extravagant amount of people that are being engaged. Like it's insane. Like again, it's like I don't know how I would handle that as a human being, knowing that it's like that many people are that engaged or like want to watch. It's nuts.
I got a notification that Mr. Beast had gone like put a video out, and in 10 minutes, mate, when I checked back, there was like 11 million views on it.
Oh my god!
In 10 minutes.
Oh,
bro,
10 minutes.
His RPM is probably through the roof. That right there paid my life savings.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
In 10 minutes.
He'd been online for 2 minutes, and that's my laptop done.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
God.
Like, Mr. Beast, please knock on my door.
Yeah, that 10 minutes and 11 million views, that's more. He made more money than I'll ever see in my entire fucking life on that 11 minutes.
100%.
You know what the funny thing is as well? Ronnie Radke started my YouTube journey, and he nearly killed it.
Really?
Yes, and it's not through any fault of his own. I was doing reactions to Fallen in Reverse after doing the first one because I thought, hey, this is Linkin Park fan. It sounds brilliant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to the Jugging Me is Reimagined, right? And I'm sat there in my car watching it, like dead engrossed because it's like it's operatic, it's epic. And then he did that. Yeah, at the end, nearly dropped my laptop. And then when you go back to the screen, like because I'm perfectly in shot, when you go back to the screen to the rest of it, because I didn't realise the laptop was like that, and you saw half my face for the last. It felt like I was peeping over a wall. I was sweating. I thought if I'd have dropped that laptop, then you know what I mean. It was open as well. I was like,
oh God. That just shocks your nervous system.
Right.
Right.
That's $1,000 down.
Yeah.
You'll listen to some music. It wasn't even monetized yet.
Well, just the stride that you've made from that point to now, I mean, because it's one of those that like, because the one thing that it really just attracts me about your channel, and again, I mean, we've talked about this like with Ron and, with AJ and other people, is that, clearly like we have to react to music, so we can't watch everything. So it's kind of like, we're almost kind of like watching it from like, outside the bubble in a case. In some, cases where it's like, still keeping an eye on and see what's going on. But dude, I've got to know with the growth and everything and like how you've been just chasing everything, doing this horror channel, first and foremost, again, producing the content of sitting and watching a full Mr. Ballin video or watching these paranormal videos. The two things I'm curious about is, one, managing your time to take all those things in, the editing, and then secondly, do you ever get creeped out when the camera's off? Like, like thinking about, especially like Mr. Ball and stuff, because his stuff is like true. Like it's got, some like, like evidence and receipts for us. So you just kind of take us through that.
Right, I'm notoriously skeptical about ghosts and everything that go. I like a good story, don't get me wrong, whether it's true or not. I like a good horror film because a lot of them ain't true. You know what I mean? So, but basically, I'll say it's a passion for me. I love horror stuff. You know what I mean? I would love to believe that there was poltergeist and stuff. Not that I want them here, but you know, I'd love to believe that all that stuff was there.
Yeah.
But I also like the unknown. I like looking not exactly conspiracy theories, but like space. It's a lot bottom of the ocean. A lot of it's unknown. I like things that are interesting that people don't know yet and stuff like that. But going back to the horror stuff, I mean, I showed you a shot, didn't I, Kyle, of me going outside?
Yes,
yeah. I scared the shit out of you.
Yeah,
right?
that was. The thing is, I was deep in editing something. You sent it to me, and I'm like, "Oh, Lee sent me a video," and I'm like, "Oh, is there someone like at his house or something?" And then, well, it just made me shit my pants. So because
basically, I'd been on stream for 3 hours, then watching Nuke's Top 5, Ghost Stories, Mr. Ballin, your stories, and that's True Story of Your Mum's was on that night.
Okay,
I watched it near a Halloween, the Darren one.
Yeah,
and straight after that stream, I recorded that. When I was like, "Oh, look at me creepy dolls in the thing," so I don't get weirded out and stuff. I mean, I think I might crap myself if the Grim Reaper stood in my back garden when I went in late.
Of course, yeah.
You'd see how fast I could run. Then I'd probably go through the gate and have a Lee-shaped hole in the gate. As I've not seen anything yet. I mean, but regarding the time, you make time. If it's not work, the horror channel for me. It's not work at all. I mean, the music can be work because you're listening to different genres, different styles, different things.
Sure.
Some of it like is better than others to your eardrums. But with horror and mystery and sci-fi and disaster stories, it's only what I'd watch on the TV. So I just allocated a Wednesday to do horror streams.
Okay.
So I just jump on, everyone watches while I'm live streaming it, and then I just cut the videos down and upload them. So that's that. There's not a lot of editing because the videos that's already edited. All you have to do is put your intro in and in point, out point, cut the ends off. And,
so you treat it like kind of almost like it's just a one take and go kind of a deal.
Almost, yeah. Sometimes I'll put a funny clip in. If I remember something, I write the timeline down because I look at the time, what time it happened, timestamp, and then write it down. Do you know what I mean? And then I'd do that.
It's kind of it's kind of like you for the Cavecast then, where it's like it's essentially all raw footage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's
a good channel.
Well, first and foremost, I appreciate it, man. And it's one of those that it's like you've just given us your time and like your support and everything, even before like we ever had an audible conversation. And that's just, again, it's, for anyone that watches anything that we make, whether or not it's, something that is fiction or if it's, something that, is just us pouring our hearts out, because I don't know, to me, it's like having the unedited videos, they're easier, but they're also intimidating because, I mean, we both have screwed up. Like if you can think of any way of like, saying something wrong or like taking too long to think or things like that, like it happens. But, even then, like what I find is that when I go back in and rewatch it or, it's like, like either it's editing or if it's, listening to it on my own, is that you realize that the dead space actually wasn't as bad as you thought it was, so it's like, this actually does feel kind of normal. Like it's like, I am kind of good at this. All right, cool.
I can do this shit.
You sit there after you've done it and you're thinking, can't believe I said that.
Yeah.
Go back and rewatch it.
Yep.
Do we need to cut that out? And then I go, no, I'll just leave it in.
Right.
Yeah.
That might be a talking point for people to talk.
Right.
Yeah, leave that in there.
Exactly. Like I do the same thing where even with the heavier editing I do for the Riker Road, where I'm like, no, I'm gonna cut that out.
Which by the way, dude, you are a fucking machine. Like it's just
thank you.
Because seriously, like that's the one thing where like because I know that like coming home and like you'll either have like however many done or whatever, and I'm just like, oh my god, like it's just that's a lot of cutting and a lot of deleting and all that. It's my
job.
Yeah.
Do you know that intro that I made? Well, let's say the intro, the trailer that I sent you about me getting me 100,000.
Yes. Yeah.
That took nearly 4 hours to make and do and film. And
and
I'm thinking, these reactions take, and an hour at best. Do you know what I mean? And you're like,
Right.
do I really want to go into film production and doing? And then I think, yeah, but that was funny, so I'm going to do it again. And then you put yourself through it.
Absolutely. You get that like satisfaction feeling, or like, no, that was good, or this was worth it. Like, no, I get it, man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
What you guys need to react to is Tom McDonald, best rapper ever.
Okay, this is actually...
I've not heard that one.
So this is actually a question that I did want to ask you, is that, now again, this is from the couple of different channels that we've either been watching, because especially when Mr. L Boy did have his YouTube partnership taken away, like, we talked about it, all that stuff. There's been some scuttling here and there talking about that if you react to Tom McDonald, that they will essentially blackball your channel, or that they'll try to come after you. Now, self-admittedly, it's I've not kept up with all of your uploads. Have you been reacting to him? And if you have you noticed anything happening with your channel at all? Because it blows my mind.
It's not Tom McDonald. I'll tell you, I'll put that to bed now. It's not Tom McDonald at
okay.
all. If it was, I wouldn't have got the growth using the tactics that are used, or the strategy. No, because I started growing. I have got 61 Tom McDonald reactions on my channel.
Really? Oh, shit.
So if that was the case,
even newer ones that when Mr. O'Boyd and all that.
American flags, yeah, all that.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Right. Man, because
that's nothing. I don't know who said that, and I've heard that off a few people. And I put him right when I'd say to him, you know what I mean? That's definitely not it.
It just seems.
I think if you start uploading his shorts, where he starts going on, have you seen his shorts?
Yes.
Where he starts talking about
right.
very edgy subjects.
He can, yeah.
Sure. Just talk, and if you start sharing them, I think you're playing with fire there.
Okay.
Even if you agree with him or not, but
sure.
I mean, Just Jem Reacts, if you've ever seen anything of her.
Oh, I have.
She was a music reaction channel, started, she had got a decent following, she was getting decent subscribers, and then she put this video out about trans people, then she put another one out about this politician's doing this or this, and the next thing, subscribers, whoa! She jumped up 200,000 subscribers in about 6 months, right? And then next thing it went, boom, demonetized.
Yep.
Because you're playing with fire.
Right.
Yep.
And it sucked too, because it was one of those that I can't. Yeah, go for it. I can't remember how exactly I found her, but I want to say that it was because of NF. I think it was because with her, she's talked about it online, so I'll say it here. But her past with addiction and things like that.
Yeah.
It was a very eye-opening experience to see somebody that had beaten it. And, and it was wow, it's this is, the emotional reaction that was very raw for me, so it's I've got an immense amount of respect for this girl. Wow, this is incredible, but again, it's when you do put yourself out there, and you are talking about stuff, it can get a little over the top, and it's one of those where it's damn, there are going to be a lot of people that are going to disagree or things like that. We've never really shied away from talking about what we believe or having a strict opinion on something, but even with we had somebody that popped in a live at one point, and they said they were like, hey, I'm a part of the LGBTQ community, am I welcome here? And my heart broke for that person. I'm like, of course you're allowed here, man. We're having a good time. Our main thing has always been focus on the music, where it's no matter what it is, being able to feel something from it, enjoy it, all that, so it's just, I think that when you do break into those other political topics and things, that doesn't only open up the venom of the separation of sides, but also the how should I put this lightly, the controlling of the narrative, if you will. So
the way I look at it is, not only are you sticking a target on their backs, you're sticking a target on your own backs by keep doing the same thing over and over again. Because like I say, she had a lot of music, and then it went.
Yeah.
This woke. And every video, look at this guy. I don't think so. Look at this newspaper article. I don't think so. And you know, and then it's you're being aggressive with it now. You're being far too aggressive because if you're causing a talking point, you're making views, you're making people talk, you're making people say, then next thing the subscribers all come, then I agree with you, I don't agree with you, and then next thing, boom. You know what I mean? Everything just blew up. But if you want to get demonetized, that's the quickest way to do it.
you know, it's I don't know. It's to me, it's again, it was one of those that, you know, with Tom, like that was really frustrating to hear because we love his music, you know, and it's you know, and especially too, like that's the you know, oh right, I was gonna say even for for anybody that's maybe listening to this on audio, what does your shirt say? It says
this is a Hangover Gang T-shirt.
Yeah,
all those are some of them albums.
Oh,
wow.
okay.
You even got them hanging on the wall too. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
And I've even got I've got them coming out my ass, mate. I've got them everywhere. You know what I mean?
Nice,
dude.
nice.
Hell yes.
Straight up
Same
support.
with Ren.
Right.
Yeah.
Support
Bro,
Ren. Support
Ren.
independence.
Like Ren is, I don't know how to put this.
Amazing.
Magical. Yes, amazing.
Yes.
Right. Like
Yeah.
he is somebody that while I will admit, and I don't mean this in a slight, like I don't re-listen to him a whole lot.
Oh really? Wow. Okay.
I don't. And
Right.
I actually am upset with myself because I would actually like my daughter to listen to his stuff as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because he is so musically talented. He's so lyrical. He touches on mental health and things like that. Like Ren is, I think, I dare say, one of the greatest lyricists I've ever heard in my life.
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
Him-
Like
him and-
he's definitely up there.
Yeah. Him.
And his
Vessel.
cadence,
Yeah.
Yes,
cadence is brilliant.
Oh.
Correct.
Well,
Yeah.
he's also very British,
He is.
so I can resonate with a lot of what he's saying.
What, like words and
in-
stuff? Sure. Yeah.
because so that's why I do re-listen to him. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm,
I mean,
mhm.
songs like High Ren is more of an experience, I think.
Agreed.
Opposed to
I
something that
agree.
you listen. But like things like the Fatboy Slim remix or Power,
Power.
or
Oh,
stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can put them on and like, vibe. You know what I mean? It's good
Yep.
music as well as in talking about stuff that's close to my home. He's actually from about half an hour from where I live, but he lives down in like the south.
No
But
shit.
he's from North Wales. He's from
No
North
shit.
Wales,
Okay.
and I'm from near Liverpool, which is just above North Wales. You know what I mean? So
All right.
it's like it's very, very close.
You
I could've
could
put
run into him. Yeah.
children. Not anymore. He's down south.
Well, right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's brilliant, mate. And I think you should always support your independent artists, no matter
Absolutely.
who they are. Well, as long as you like the music, that is, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I mean?
But
yeah.
that's the thing too, is like, you know, you do have to like the music, but the fact of when we started with High Ren, hearing him in I dare say I don't want to say non-rap stage, but like a non-rap thing, even though he did that like slam poetry kind of thing, Power and like a couple of these other ones, like those were rap, like that was rap.
Yeah,
like,
rap.
Yeah.
90s rap, that was.
Exactly.
That was 90s rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, he likes his old school, doesn't he, Ren?
Yes, he
Have you
does.
listened to any of his Big Push stuff?
One.
Yes, we did it. What was the cover of
so good.
War Pigs.
So yeah, because that's
So
actually
good.
what's funny is that we've been just going deep on the Sleep Token stuff. Like we've been, you know, kind of
Yeah.
like delving back into like, you know, 21 Pilots and, you know, kind of like going back
Yes.
into, oh yeah, and check us out. This is Eric's mask he's got.
I've been making I gotta fix some stuff, but
Yes, and because that's the thing too is like, you know, we're excited to move on to Sleep Token's second album and like check that stuff
Yes.
out. So, you know, and it's been kind of a crazy deal, but we've even noticed it even with Ren's music. We've noticed it with Alex Terrible's music and like
Dropped off a little bit.
it has, and it's of no fault of the artist. I think it's just of what's going on with YouTube right now,
Right.
you know, and that's been really defeating.
I don't think it's just that. I think it's like the bursting on the scene effect. They burst on the scene, everyone's listening,
Oh sure,
and then they bring out a lot of songs because Ren brought out a hell of a lot of songs in one go,
Mhm.
like weekly at one point.
sure.
And then it was like views. Do you know what I mean? Because that
Yeah,
was like, well,
yeah.
this Ren, he's out now. He's out now. Do you know what I mean? The same thing with, I mean, Slot's absolutely fantastic. Have you checked his cover of "Given Up" by Linkin Park?
I've not. No.
No, and
Get it done.
Okay.
Get it done. Write it down.
is that his newest one that's out?
No. But you will
Okay.
get. We will not only will you get views, you'll have a good time with that video, and you'll see why. Which I will not tell you why.
Okay,
But if
okay.
you like Linkin Park, you'll know the song anyway.
Well, sure.
Sure. Yeah.
But my
so
thing,
you need to do his copy of that.
my
honestly.
thing was like I was telling Kyle when I was super stoked when people were like, Alex Terrible dropped another song, and I was like, oh, sick. And it was out for like first time I clicked on it, it was out for like 6 hours, 8 hours.
Yeah.
So like around that time, he has at that point 1.12 million followers, I believe.
Yeah.
it was at 102,000 views. I'm like, what?
Yeah, something was just
I'm
off.
like,
yeah.
Something was
so
off about it.
yeah. And he, even a month later, he was barely over 450,000. I'm like, what's happening here? Why is
I think
he?
I think it's a similar sort of thing with the music reactions, because sometimes Alex Telber does covers, doesn't he? So if he's putting a cover out that no one's listening to as such, they go, yeah, it's Alex Terrible, but that song, yeah,
okay.
That song. Or like, but if he does the Doom soundtrack, because everyone loves the Doom soundtrack, next thing is
Fair.
Look at some of Ren's music on his videos. Some of them are on like 200,000 views, 300,000 views. Then you get the millions higher up.
Right,
you know what
right.
I mean? So when he hit a high Ren, they need to catch up because people will start going through.
Yeah.
Mr. Beast, as an example, his very first few videos were the worst Minecraft videos I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the computer, the technology must have been crap because the frame skip on it was about 10 frames a second. It's like,
and this is Minecraft we're talking about, right? Yeah.
And then he hit that. He started blowing things up with microwaves and whatever he was doing. And then all the views went up. Then you go back to those videos, them Minecraft videos, and they've got like 7, 8, 9, 10 million.
People wanted to see.
Go back and see.
Yeah.
Right.
God, he started there. Look at that. So there is hope for them other videos.
There
It's
is.
just when you hit your
Right.
Yeah.
I've noticed that if I put I do journeys, like ABBA and stuff like that for the people who like the mainstream stuff, and they slow growers. So they'll start them like 100 for the first day, 200 for the first day, and then you check back 3 months later. Wow, it's on 15K views.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slow growers. You get the impact songs. I do a lot of research, me. I do now. And when the song comes out, like from say Blackpink or from like anyone who's like currently like High Ren when that first come out, it's like get your reaction done, get it out. The views fly up because everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
Go back. Then you go back through the catalog. Maybe the others will do that, but they won't because you're checking out.
Yeah.
The ones that's not got as many views.
Exactly.
What people are not looking for.
Right.
Exactly.
So going back to your situation, I joined your channel when you had like 7,000 subscribers.
Oh my God.
That's when I started writing the stuff. And at that point, I was on around about 45,000 at the time. And then you're like, oh, they're good, these. Give a bit. If the channel's good, I'll comment on it. I do it all the time.
Of course.
And then I start seeing this rise, like I think it was after about 10 or 11,000 subscribers, you started going up quite high. And when I checked back like a week later or 2 weeks later, I was like, wow, that's growing quick. What's going on here? So I analysed the channel. Oh, NF.
Yeah.
Pissed me off, not because of you, because of NF. Because I'd done the full journey at this point.
Right.
And as I was saying to Kyle last time, there's 2 videos of mine that had over 1,000 views, and I did the whole journey.
Yeah.
About 48 videos or something like that.
It just
Oh my God.
This is why I said it's situational, and it's also who's watching your channel at that time. And certain things blow up on certain channels, and certain things don't blow up on other channels. Like something might be rubbish on your channel, I'll put it on, it'll fly up.
In a fly, right.
Yeah.
So NF clearly boosted your channel, and you caught up to my channel when we was both on 70,000-ish. And at that point, when we had this is when I got demotivated, and I said to Kyle I wanted to quit. Is when I've got a deal with Epitaph Records. They send me stuff early, and I can react to it and have it ready to go. You know, when they drop their video.
Yeah.
So Watch the World Burn, it was that video. I'm like, when I watched it and did it, like, this is going to be a fucking banger. This is going to, especially with all the stuff that's happening in the video, setting the priest on fire. You know, people, Madonna was getting cancelled for setting the cross on fire. Ronnie went, oh, let's burn the priest.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It was like, I got mine out. So I had mine ready to go about an hour before the release. So I had it scheduled for like 10 minutes after, because let them get theirs out first.
Right.
And then I thought, well, I'm going to get good traction here because there's only like me going to have it out, because everyone else is going to have to record it now because it's out.
Yeah.
I watched it go up because I was the first one. And I said to Kyle, "Got 10,000 views that in a couple of hours. That's cool." And I said, "Oh, I'll see if Kyle Note's done it." No, they've not done it yet. I think you got to it 2 days later.
I think so.
Like that,
yeah.
Because you do one video a day. You'd already put your video out on that day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked at it. about a week later it was. I thought, oh, they put it out. Right, okay, click. 196,000? That's stuck at 10.1. I had it out first and I've got no copyrights.
Yeah.
Why?
We've watched a lot of stuff on our own. We've watched stuff together, like whether it's like Good Mythical Morning or LA Beast or different people, is that, we've kind of like, made the list in our minds of the good guys of YouTube.
Yeah.
It's, from you to Peyton to AJ to Ron to like people that we've had the ability to be, in a close radius with in conversation, maybe not always physically, but like being able to connect with and things where it's just like it makes me just excited just because it's like, wow, like, the YouTube reaction community is one of those where it's like, no, dude, we need to stick together. Like, we're all trying to figure this stuff out and we're trying to make it work. And I guess my next question for you is this, is that since the last time that we talked, you talked about some very specific goals of, wanting to make this your full-time, full-time deal and things like that, which, I mean, I think that that's a given no matter what. If you're on YouTube, you want it to be that way. But how have your goals changed since the last time we talked? Has anything new come up? Are you trying anything new, or like anything you can let us know about? Like, what's going on with that?
Well, other than me giving you an action replay for your games cartridges. No, it's just the same goals. It's just me trying to make this work and get the most views I can. But like say my views are up. If I check my phone now, actually, my views used to plateau around about 500,000 a month. And since going, hang on, studio's changed. We've got
they updated it. I
don't know if you can see that.
1 point.
Oh my God,
million.
Dude! Awesome! Hell yes!
You know what I mean? It's going up.
We got
yours will be bigger than mine, won't it?
Not by much. 1 point. It's you can't say 1.5, and it's down.
Yeah, but you put one video a day out.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I used to put 3 out. When I started, I put 5 out.
God, dude,
I used to record
insane.
About 40. I think my record was 42 reactions a week. In a week, I got out.
Holy shit!
That was like minimal editing, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Intro, cut them off. It's on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now we do
get it out
Zooms
there
and stuff. But then I thought, it's when, like I say, I was talking to Kyle ages ago online on the Cavecast Live, and then that's what provoked me to slow down, because you was talking about the algorithm, and I did some research then, because when someone tells me something, I'm like, is that right?
Right.
Sit there like a bookworm, and then like the algorithm don't like it, and I'm looking at it saying, I mean, although YouTube will promote your videos, even if you put 2 or 3 at a time, that when you look at your homepage, 3 videos, 2 days, gone. So when people click on your homepage, if you do 1 video, that's there for 7 days, then gone.
Okay, yeah.
So I went down to 2 videos spread out. So I get the traction, they stay on there for 3.5 days.
Okay, I see.
You kind of unlocked like almost like the jump boots of Doom, like where it's like, the double jump, where it's like shooting yourself up and then getting more,
It's the IDKFA of the original Doom.
See, I love this man. He knows these things.
Right.
I know Doom.
It's actually, I played the original Doom on TikTok Live he did the other night, where I was getting tired of Doom Eternal, and I was like, you know what, screw it. The original games still hold up. They're just fun, so
people were getting a kick out of him because they were like, well, what's he playing now? I'm like, it's the original, or like, he's doing this or that, but like it's been fun. I've actually clicked into more of that TikTok mentality. Like, I will probably go live on TikTok again tonight once we're done with this. Like, it's a whole different animal, even though it's the same thing, if you will. But I've had to learn that. I know that Kyle and I just still hang out here too, but I have somebody to bounce off of. I've had this thing in like my mind where like I have to be doing something on TikTok Live, and he's like, dude, just hang out. Like, but that's the thing, is like, that's what we were doing. He was playing Doom, I was like reading comments and stuff. Like, it was actually quite fun. But it's a whole different thing.
Effects.
Yeah.
Old fashioned sound effects.
Yeah. I even told him, I was like, if people are tuning in because they couldn't see, all they could see was our faces. I was like, when he was playing the original, I was like, if people join in, they're going to want to know what the fuck we're watching with the noises in the background.
16-bit porn.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you watching? It's called Doom. Oh, why is it called Doom? You know what I mean?
Well, right now somebody's, no, never mind. They're doing something to a demon, but no.
But get me BFG out.
The blast fusion gun.
Sure.
The blast fusion gun. Yeah, but no.
No, I'm gonna get me big fucking gun.
Yeah, right.
Man,
I'm gonna ask you guys a question now.
Okay,
please do. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, you have your set times to record, etc. And with you being obviously a duo, obviously you need to be in sync with each other, etc. When you're doing your reactions. What happens when one of you two are not feeling it that night?
That's an interesting question. Because I think that, you and I have had every life thing that can happen to us. Because this is one of the things. I don't want to take over the whole thing, but like it's just. But I do know that there has not been a break in content for however long. And it's one of those that, from us personally having things going on, from stuff around us to things that affect us from far away or like whatever. It's one of those where it's just like, damn, like, the audience doesn't need to know about those things,
Right.
It's like the main thing that matters is that, we're making content. So to answer the question, I guess from like my perspective is that I know that I have days where I have the worst attitude or I'm just not having it or whatever, like where like hitting record is literally the moment that this synergy happens and everything just goes away. So, it's, I don't know.
Every single time? Or do you ever get, I'm not feeling it today?
Well,
for me personally, every podcast night. And the reason being is it's when I take my daughter home. And it's just, there's this PTSD that comes with, right. So I know you know more of the story, but I'm not going to sorry guys, I'm not going to, so I literally drop her off at 6 and then we started recording at 7. Like I have to get in but he's right. When you come in here, there's this, you're like, oh shit, I'm talking to Lee. Oh shit, we're talking about whatever. It's not like you kind of have to be. And I know that there has been a couple of times, Kyle and I both, but there was one time specifically I do remember, and I'm like, was that harsh? But Kyle was going through some stuff, and I said, look, dude, I need you here.
Yeah.
I need you here in where we live, Ohio, present to do like I know you're having a hard time, but we have to do. We had no other choice but to record that night because of some other things. Like we couldn't postpone it.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, man, not for nothing. I'm sorry, but this is my full-time job. This is like I need you. And he was like, okay, and like he just did. But other than that, like one time, no, it is pretty much we're like, fuck, man, I don't. Oh man, like, and it just kicks in as soon as those cameras come on.
It's like a persona, isn't it? It's like
a different
person of yourself.
Yeah,
and so
it's like no one's ever rage quitted on each other.
No.
It's I think that like that was more of like a consistent thing that would happen before we had an audience because it was not because of us. It was like trying to get the damn thing to work. You know, because like. It's like even like how we've got OBS set up right now, like we have the ability that if we are live that we can jump to a gaming window, we can hop in and play something. That is a foreign it's a foreign concept to 15 subscriber us. If like
correct.
Because like back then it was we are dropping frames or our video is just corrupted because of how we saved it. And like, I thought that it was good and like I tested it all weekend. We got here and then it was, like, okay, well, it isn't working. Like there were I would say like probably maybe I could count on one hand like how many times like before the Riker Road that that it is now that where it was just like no fuck this like we're just like all we are is frustrated right now we're not going to get a good content out of it because I don't know like there's kind of that push and pull where it's like there are nights that I think that doing YouTube heals. And then there's nights that you get through YouTube, and then when we do have kitchen, it does, and because again, like with what we do is that like again, like once because we're not gonna like shut off the call once we end the podcast, like we'll probably talk for a little bit afterwards and stuff. But like when we're like officially done at the computer, we go into the kitchen and we talk about how the night went, and we're very blunt, because it's like, it's kind of having that Naughty Dog mentality where it's like, I hate for this to sound this way, but it's like, I don't have time to be nice, you know, so where it's like, no, dude, like, we need to address this. You know, so I don't know, like it's weird, man. Like it's, you know, it really is, as we've been saying it, like it's a lifestyle. Like this is one of those things where, you know, like life is going to happen whether we like it or not, you know. And I think that we've been very fortunate that, you know, although like, again, like we're brothers, like we have moments of things, but like we never forget like what our end goal is. Yeah,
you know? and even those moments are very minimal and not non-hostile, I guess you should say. Yeah. But
you know, you've got a job to do.
Yeah. Exactly. So I was to say, I mean, kind of same thing for you. That was a really good question. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of nights with all your 30 fucking videos that you have saved. Like,
30? I've got 2,000 on the computer.
My godly. Oh my God.
Like, so how many of those 2,000
go out? Half of them are strange.
But still, you know, but you recorded those. So yeah, I guess same question to you. Oh, I see.
Some of the live streams. I see. Some live streams. I mean, my recording process I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for the 6 hours of time that Toby's at school.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And in that time, I've also got to edit some videos as well.
Yeah.
And then there's plenty of days I'll sit here like this. Can't be bothered. And then I'm like, but I have to do it.
Yeah.
And then you hit record and then you go, hi guys. Do you know what I mean? And, then, and it's like you say, you snap into it.
That persona, like you were talking. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes when you've finished that reaction, like we'll see you on the next video, you go,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's, well, I think that there's actually,
what's next?
Well, it's, I think that the hardest time that we had, I mean, like not like as far as like, you know, oh, like us personally, but it was kind of like knowing the mountain we were about to climb was specifically was NF's How Could You Leave Us? Like, cause that I don't even like
heartbreaking song.
Well, cause and the thing is too, I don't know if you relate to this too, but like, you know, cause we've kind of talked about this, like, you know, in private and then also like on lives and stuff too, where it's like, when your anxiety hits or when you're having a rough day where it's like the only thing that you can remember 5 years down the road is that you didn't feel good that day, but you don't remember why.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and it's,
right.
So it's one of those where it's just like, man, like that's what I try to remind myself of. Like, you know, like there are very specific videos besides some of the ones that, you know, we've talked about, whether it's on like Moose Lounge or like anywhere else where it's like, nah, dude, like there's some videos I don't even want to talk about that day because I do remember what was happening. Yeah. But again, all the audience saw was the end result.
What we did.
You know,
exactly.
And so it's like, you know, like, I don't know, like it's just, it kind of, in a way, like it gives you the ability, you know, like, cause I know like right now, like the door is shut. Like, you know, so it's one of those where like, no, this room is the only thing that exists right now.
Yep.
Like literally in the end, no matter what is happening in the world or in my life or his life or anybody else's life, where it's like, no, this is the only thing. And it's like, I don't know, like there's sometimes where I kind of feel like I'm chasing that dragon where it's like, oh, like I want to stay in this, you know, I want to stay in this, you know, safe bubble. But, you know, again, that does eventually stop until you get to the next one, you know, so.
Right. The trouble is when you stay in an environment like this, like yours and like mine, you've been in it for a good few hours. When you walk outside, you're walking out like a prisoner of war. You're like, ah.
You do. Yes.
Because of all the different lighting.
Right.
You go into the sunlight and you're like,
oh, it's not 4 in the morning. It's like 4 in the afternoon.
Back in Vietnam here. What's going on? You know what I mean? It's like, and it's really, really eye-opening.
Yeah, man.
It really is.
No pun intended.
Right.
But I mean, how'd you go about your process of selecting the videos? Do you have like, you have 4 this week and you have 3 this week, or do you just have a list and you just say, right, we're doing that?
Yeah, yeah. So what the great thing about having you know, a duo and somebody that understands, you know, certain platforms and or just things in general, like Kyle does run the Patreon, and what he has found, he found his own system, his way that he likes to do it, and it's fine where. There is over 400 people in there, I think pushing 5 at one point. But
that's not including free members or like, you know, things like that. So, yeah.
But the fact of, you know, that's a lot of people wanting to, request stuff. And, you know, he's got the poll. So every week, 5 get put up and then 2 win. And then so that is.
Patreon.
Yeah. So then after that, we both kind of either, hey, man, I want to show you this, or, hey, let's go back to this, or this has been commented a lot in like just the comments in general on videos. That's where we kind of do the filler. And then now gaming, gets about one video a week. We're going to get back into more of the Shut Up and Eat It's.
Yep.
So like
that is a great series. By the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But
man.
it's like that. That's gonna. So to get to answer the question is, Thursdays are mainly for sure 4 videos we record. Lately, we've been doing 6.
Yeah, that was
all the music reactions, and then on a Saturday or Sunday, play a video game, go shoot a Shut Up and Eat It, whatever. So.
Shoot.
Yeah, shoot.
The shooting to Kyle.
I love it so much.
No,
but yeah, that's how we do it.
That's good. I mean, that's when I first watched you Shut Up and Eat It, it was the one where you went for that weird pizza thing, like
pickle pizza.
The pickle pizza, yeah.
Pickle pizza. That's it. And it was like when I watched it, I thought, this is like watching one of those like Man versus Food type things. The way he was filming.
Yes. Okay.
That's all him.
I felt like that would have stood up on a network television channel.
Well, thank you.
Lee, thank you, man.
Thank you.
The panning of the signs and then coming down.
That's all him.
With the owner of the store here today, and they're going to talk us through how they make this. I'm like, Adam Richmond does that on Man versus Food, and then you set the table, try and it's. I was like, that's good. No, that is very, very good film.
So
I'll say that.
Here's the thing: is that so if anybody's watching this that comes from both channels, is I do all the editing for the reactions and stuff, and all the video games. Kyle shoots and edits all of the Shut Up and Eat It's when we're not in the studio.
Right.
So he just knows how to do that. No, it's just he did. Yeah.
You guys are like the pilots in Pacific Rim. You need 2 of you to pilot the robot.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. You need to be in sync. Everything you do, you need to be in sync with each other. That was the underlying message of the question that I asked you. Like how do you work together and stuff like that? You never rage quit. Can you imagine being on a robot and rage quitting? They'd be punching each other. It'd be funny though.
I think that what's really interesting too is that, again, it's, because I've been editing videos, like even in Windows Movie Maker, like since I was probably 15. So it's one of those where like, that's a very second nature thing for me for like, as long as I've been playing guitar, I've been doing, videos, like whether it was on a small scale or if it was on a client scale or anything like that. And I remember you being like, all right, man, like I want to, learn how to do these things. And that was something that really, again, like it really impressed me because again, like, I didn't know how it was going to go, if it was something that you would enjoy doing longevity or like, because it's one of those
where, you evolve, don't you?
Yeah. Cause again, it's like video editing is not for everybody, so it's one of those,
I enjoy it.
And it's like, you've just found a grind with it where like, I mean, in the beginning, it was one of those where it was like, all right, man, like, kind of guiding you through some things like here and there, like remember what these buttons do. But now it's gotten to the point where like, whenever we've had something pop up, you're like, oh, I know what happened. I'll fix it. And I'm like, I didn't have to tell him anything. Like, okay, cool. So it's been awesome.
Sick of editing. I am absolutely sick of it.
4,000 videos.
But do you know what though? A while back, I think I sent Kyle the Resident Evil ones that I was doing. Mm-hmm. The pacing was good, this, that, the other. That video took 6 hours to do.
Yeah.
The first 5 Resident Evil videos are like that. And I'm like, I can't be arsed with this. Intro, ending, on. The rest of the gameplay just on. And the ones after that are just all like, okay, it took an hour to encode, but I didn't sit there going, zoom, cut, put that in there, put a funny, I've had enough of this, right?
See, I'm different where like, what we usually have it to where when we have a video game like that, the next one will be High on Life, and it'll probably be around the same thing, 60 to 90 minutes as far as like a video that I want to edit. And if a game takes an hour and a half, as far as like what footage I have, I honestly can get it done roughly in the amount of time because I know where, all right, Kyle and I died a bunch of times on this boss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them the clip here of leading in, blah, 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 a little bit of this, couple clips here and there of, we died 6 times, but then it's right to the end. I'm not having you, like, I'll cut a bunch of shit out. Mm-hmm. I tend to remember though, like, I guess timestamps are like, oh, he said something funny here, or I remember saying something funny here, and I'll leave those in. Other than that, fuck it. You're not this isn't a walkthrough. It's not a walkthrough. Like it's just watching us play and get scared. Like,
Well, what I do in that respect is now when I used to do all the editing, it was pretty good. I pick music on and stuff like that, so it sounded like battle cry music and stuff. They're good, and it was, and I was like, 6 hours of time, I can't do this.
Oh,
so what
God.
I do now, I put the full walkthrough on, and then if I've died like 20 times on a certain section, cut that out, cut it down. Lee nearly rage quits on this level. Upload that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you've got me going, it's not funny now. It's not funny. It's usually Ashley in Resident Evil. I am so sick of her.
Dude, how many times is she going to get captured in a
Bitch,
campaign?
pick up a gun and start shooting something.
Honestly, I've shot Ashley more times than the zombies have took her.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Like,
Yeah, like, why is she always like, move. Like, just move.
You're running, you're like, we're making progress.
Yeah, and you look back.
Because even like when it got to the point where you play as her, because spoiler for anybody that's not played the game, but like where it's her with the lantern. I got so used to her being just, I hate to be harsh, but it's like used to her being useless, that like when it came to the time where I'm like, I have a defense and it's light, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, well, it works, so, but I don't know, like, I will say this, is that from playing the original Resident Evil 4, when it first dropped, where it was like, oh, wow, like, this is a whole different approach to third person. Like, the camera's following them. It's not the fixed, Silent Hill and old Resident Evil thing. Like, it was very dynamic. It was very different. And I will say that, even though I've got my apprehensions of what they, like, have done with, like, the running mechanics and things like that, where I'm like, God, like Leon is so damn slow, because I'm so used to, playing Doom Eternal, where I'm a force of nature and I can zip across the map. Like, where I know that's also a part on me, but in the same hand, like, man, like, it's just, it's such a faithful remake. And it's also something that is, just, it's very fresh. And it's like, wow, like, they've kept, some of the cool things that I remembered from the original of, these main plot points. But in the same hand is that, man, like, it was a new adventure to take in, it was still a lot of fun, even in my angst and, things like that, so. Yeah.
Right. I'm just glad it's over.
I'd rather be married than look after Ashley.
Yeah.
I really would. I really would.
Yeah.
Honestly, when she disappears for a bit, like,
Yeah, you're like, I have to back up, go hide in here, do it. You don't have to worry about none of that shit. Yeah.
do you know that level where you run to the house and you're shooting with the guy who looks like Jeff Castellucci?
Yeah.
And then, well, in the village there, when you have to try and navigate all the zombies with a stupid Ashley falling behind you. I told her to hide somewhere, right? And I was killing zombies. It's like, no, then where's Ashley gone? And she weren't in the cupboard. She weren't. I was like, where's she gone? So I spent about half an hour on this video looking for her.
Oh,
and I was doing it on stream, and I went, I'm just going to the end. So I went to the end. I'm like, still no Ashley, not shouting Leon. I'm like, hey, it's great this. Got to the end, went to the cutscene. Ashley's there outside of me. Where's she gone? It was a glitch.
Yes.
Come on. Do you know what I mean? I was like, that's the best glitch ever. I'm never doing that level again. But I've just got it on VR, Resident Evil 4.
I've been thinking about doing that, yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay,
You
so
have to pump the gun yourself.
so on the Quest 2?
I've got the Quest 2, yeah.
Okay, all right. So you know what? All right. I think he just I still have to finish Walking Dead.
Sure, yeah.
But it's the fact of, all right, see, it was between those two that I was going to get first. I've had my Quest since like they kind of came out, and I worked at for Samsung, and I've played it 32 times ever.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Buy Zombieland as well.
Okay.
Zombieland. Okay, see, because
Zombieland.
now it's
Trying to nut up or shut up. It's brilliant.
Okay.
Now, so I'm curious, with you having the Oculus, have you ever cleared out a huge space and have like tried to like dynamically walk around in an environment? Have you gotten to mess with that much?
I've punched a telly through.
Oh no! Oh god!
No.
Right.
I'm so sorry. Oh god.
Picture it, right? Picture it. Creed VR, because I also use it to work out a bit as well and do punches and like whatever. So I've got Creed VR. Instead of punching targets like the Les Mills body contact, I got Creed VR. So I was like, oh, I'm Rocky, just punching away, no problem. Then I thought, oh, try this online. Right, online it's different than fighting because you don't just stand still.
Yeah.
So instead of me using the controllers to walk round, I start walking round, thinking I'm in a freaking boxing ring because there's this guy going, he can talk to me, I'm going to punch him in. So, and he ducked down and I went, I punched down. I went, what was that? Looked at the telly, it was just colours and rainbows.
Oh God, no.
And because Mrs. was at work, there was about 2 hours left before she got home. I was like, I'm going to have to go to the shop. I'm going to have to go to the shop now. I replaced the TV, and she went, that's got a different stand. What? The same TV, but a different stand. I went, that's all I could get. I said, like, she doesn't know this. So I took it to the dump. I said, it popped. I was just watching it and it popped. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I popped it. Yeah.
How it popped is irrelevant.
Pulling
Yeah.
glass out of my finger. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my
like,
God.
That was the TV. That was the TV.
See, I've ran into the basement door before with the Oculus because the way that we have the living room set up is that, you know, like we have a corner couch and things, and we have like a longer hallway that's kind of like off to the left. And, you know, especially on the Oculus home screen, I've tried to like navigate real space of like, oh wow, I look down, there's a book I can, you know, like kneel on, you know, and look at this, or I can look at the fireplace or the space station or different things like that. And I don't know, I was not moving fast, but it was enough of a blunt hit to hit me in the face with the Oculus, where I was like, it's time to stop. It's time to, like, you know, to either like go like read a book or something, or like get away from, you know, the virtual world. But I'll
tell you what's fun, standing on a toy when you're playing. When like Toby's been playing, he's thrown one of his action figures on the floor.
Oh, God.
You don't even know it's there, though. And then you step forward and you go, ah! What was that? So you're like that with the Oculus, and you're getting killed on the Oculus. You're rubbing your foot.
No. That's like worse than just stepping on a Lego itself.
Yeah, right. So it's always some G.I. Joe with a pointy gun or something, you know, like it's like pierced your foot or something. Yeah.
I've just stood on Venom.
Yeah.
The one with the spikes coming out of him.
Yeah.
Not like an hedgehog. Oh, mate, it was horrible.
So,
but,
all right.
I mean,
So, all right, man. So to kind of semi-wrap things up here, man, I am very curious is that, you know, because I know that the one thing that we always do is that we're always thinking ahead. We're always trying to think of like what the next thing is. And, you know, there could be weeks or months in that development of things. And I am curious, as far as just Infinite Reactions or YouTube in general, what's next for you? If there's anything that you can kind of give us a window on, is there anything that you're kind of cooking up, or what stuff you're dreaming of, or like, what are you thinking?
200,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Yes, let's go.
I'm basic, like I said, I'm going to try and get the horror channel going.
Mm-hmm.
I want that to get that monetized. I got that up to about, it's just under 500 at the minute.
Okay.
Because how hard is it to grow a YouTube channel without music?
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, Mr. Ballin's popular.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like sometimes I get 1 a day, sometimes I get 2 subscribers a day, sometimes it jumps up by 10, and it's like it's bipolar or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, the gaming one is just like, you know, it's like trying to light a match underwater. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I've got that to 227 subscribers in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's gaming, and then you watch all these other people playing the games, just playthroughs, no editing.
Mm-hmm.
Talking, and it's like I just do the same as that, but mine gets 10 views. And
right.
I don't know. I mean, but I could say I want to not do my job as well. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to make my videos better. I want to be able to spend more time editing, put more clips in, more, polish the videos up more. Do you know what I mean? I've got the quality now. I've got all the quality. I've got the setup. I've got the cameras. I don't need anything else now. When you look at my first videos to this video, they're dead blurry and really, really like tinny sound.
Yeah.
And even the music video was echoey because I didn't realize I was recording the speakers as well. So
Right.
there's a
Sure.
slight delay. I didn't realize that. Ronnie Radke taught me that as well because he went bad audio and turned my video. I was like, oh, that was my one chance to get on his channel.
Oh man.
And I'd been doing it about 2 weeks. I thought that'll get me loads of subscribers. He went bad audio. I went, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I don't want bad audio, have I? So then I went back and then I listened to it with the headphones on and goes like, he's right, it's echoey. It's like, Peppa, the monster. It's like, oh, no.
Yep. And you're like, fuck, and I can't redo it.
Teething trouble. But like I say, it was teething trouble because the simple fact is I'd never done any sort of editing like that before.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I learned to do a reaction video by watching someone on YouTube.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, goals is just to get this going properly. And
good.
What's your goals?
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the fact of, you know, we've talked about certain things on both channels or Riker Road or just the Cave Cast, and I think it's more so the fact of I've always been that person that says, okay, well, the Riker Road is the one that's taken off, and he's got his other channels and podcasts where it's like lighting that torch and just passing it to him, passing it to Meg. Like she wants to start her cookie channel and stuff. Like, I kind of want to give back, if you will. I know it sounds corny, but like give back and hoping that sparks for them, because I want him to be full-time as well.
Yes.
You know, it's like, I think that's the ultimate goal. But I think more than anything, like you were just saying, just like getting stuff going, focusing on some of these other maybe videos, or I dare say maybe other channels or something, but it's just, I think the thing is that people don't realize it's a big joke, but it is the truth, is that I quit my 40-hour-a-week job so I didn't have to work for the man, to work for myself, and now work 80+ hours a week.
Yeah. I want to do that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I would take that in a heartbeat. Yeah.
But it's like, but see, it's just always, you will. And like, that's the thing, is you will understand that, where it's like at that point, even though when we both were full-time working and doing this, it didn't shut off. But like now that like this is all I do, it doesn't shut off.
No,
I'm constantly thinking of something. Even when I go to bed, I'm like, I should have wrote that down, or I should have done this. But it's kind of the same.
That'll make a good video.
Yeah. But it's kind of the same goals as you, as the fact of it's just that progression. Like we have seen the like fruit from, you know, coming from this, and the hard work and the grinding. It's like, well, like I was telling Kyle earlier, doing the TikToks and going lives and doing this, that is a new world for me, even though it's the same concept. I don't have to think about YouTube anymore. It's second nature. No. It's not work like that. Right. I have, like now I can focus because I have the time, and this is what I can do. So it is really interesting, like how our goals are similar, but yet kind of different. But at the same time, it's because we're creators and we want this to go.
I want to start making some more of my own stuff.
Okay.
Not just music.
Yeah.
Like I get inspiration for a video. Like when I made Kyle's video.
Yeah.
Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. You have no idea how much I needed that day when you sent that to me, dude. It was so great. It was so great.
It's like I watched the video, and then you'd be like, what you there? I'm thinking in my head, he looks the same as those on the nights at Roxbury. Let's think of a script. Let's think of a script now. Do you know what I mean? It's got my camera set up there. It's like I was just trolling through YouTube, and and made the video, and you know it made an impact because it was my own stuff. And when I uploaded it, I thought, no fucking copyright.
Oh God, it is right. It's the buzz. It is so liberating. Oh my God.
And the horror channel, mate. Horror stuff. Nuke's Top 5, all that, Mr. Ball, and no copyright.
Yep.
It's like
exactly
away you go.
Right.
Away you go.
It's like you always say, let's see what Squirt does. You know,
let's see what Squirt does. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have a certain amount of protection with some of the labels that I work with.
Sure.
Because I know that they're gonna. Sometimes if they don't reply straight away to the email, you sit there waiting, like, oh, come on. I'd have had it out now if I wasn't waiting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the cons of it. But it will get released.
Right.
So, either way, I'm going to be okay in that respect. But it's when you get, like you say, these big shot companies and stuff, TuneCar. I can't stand them people.
Right.
They just block you straight away, and Believe Music as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like middle fingers up to them people.
Get your shit together.
Honestly, mate, it's like, why? Just it's. I feel like these companies who don't understand the importance of reaction channels, of people review music, putting it out there, especially in this day and age where there's there's a lot of people shutting things down, and then they're not getting the advertisement. They're having to pay for advertisement. We're doing it for free.
Right. Correct.
And we
just let's monetize it. It's the video's there.
Right.
It's not affecting you. If I react to a video from 20 years ago, why is it skin off your nose if I want to monetize that for like £4?
Right.
Exactly.
And it's like it's narrow-mindedness.
It really is, because and I say this carefully in the fact of, like you were saying, almost like free promotion. I could understand. There are very few artists, and I'm careful how I say this, but that I am okay when they, as long as they're still doing, but like when they're quiet, and Sleep Token is one of them, because you're taking in stuff. But what I'm saying is that I could understand if somebody's like, hey, welcome back to Riker Road. Let's react to Ice Cube. Click. This is great.
Yeah.
Like now you're just listening to the fucking song.
Yeah.
Go listen to it on Ice Cube's page then. Like that's how I look at it. But like there are certain things that like I'm okay with, but right, like it is free promotion. We're essentially, again, I say this with carefully, but like a Rolling Stone, like we are your reviewers. We are your honest feedback. We're the reason, like
free products.
It is.
It's
and
the new version of Critic.
it is. Like I almost feel like at least at bare minimum, everything should be sharing revenue.
Yeah.
At bare minimum.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. Like it should be at least that, and the fact of, again, unless you are just not saying anything and you're not pausing, like then fine. You're just listening to a song then.
Yeah.
Like, and you're not breaking it up. But I know that all of us that we know and talk to and stuff, we are well within copyright material claim. And like, for sure.
You do a 4-minute song and you put a 12-minute video
Exactly.
out.
What the fuck, man? Like,
reused content. Yeah.
So there's no fair use. It's unfair use to you guys, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like,
but I agree.
I'm murder for me. Once I put a reaction out, I'll start watching some other reactions to see what are they doing different to me. Why are they getting like hundreds of thousands of views? And I watch them and they're like, hey, that was a good song. What do you think?
Like, what?
And I'm like, I'm sitting there analyzing lyrics, talking about
exactly,
dude.
It's like
I actually give a shit. I'm trying, like,
I don't suck at this.
And then you get these people saying you pause too much.
Oh God,
it's a reaction.
And I think that it's one of those that, again, like, because I do get it to an extent, because I think that it depends on the type of audience member that you are, where it's like, okay, like, do you want to sit and vibe with somebody and let it ride? Or are you somebody that wants to, to hear out, oh, like, did they, lose it at this certain drop like I did, or different things? Because that's actually been one of the things that has been consistently said about, like when people either pop in on Discord or, instant messages or things like that, where it's like, bro, like, I lost my mind at the same moment that you did for Watch the World Burn. Like, like this and this. Like, to me, I think that, there's no real wrong way to react, but I think that there are.
Be yourself.
It's like be yourself, but I'm trying to
not a statue.
Yeah, I'm also trying not to be a dick, but it's like there's better ways to do it to be engaging, and it's so again, it's like it depends on what the person's palate is, like what they're enjoying, but in the same hand is that, I loved reaction videos because of Too Lit, because he would go so crazy that his, headphones would fly off of him, or something. Because
I've seen a couple of his videos.
Yeah, and
he's like,
he's just like, he feels it. Like I love that stuff, and like especially when you see people that are more into the hip hop genre when they react to Bohemian Rhapsody for the first time, or like it's things like that. Like sometimes I just kind of like to just watch the fuse get lit and just sit back and be like, what are they gonna do? Because it's like I've been listening to this song for 20 years, so it's like how is a person that just heard this 30 seconds ago gonna take it? So it's cool as hell, man. It's just great.
I'm gonna have a country reaction coming out soon.
Oh,
look at your faces.
Oh,
gross. It's not what you think, right? I can despise country music. When I say country music, I mean yeehaw!
Tim McGraw, Garth Brooks, like that stuff.
I don't mind the odd ballad song, it played with the guitar.
Of course.
Sung without the yodeling.
Yes.
But what I did was I did a stream one night and I went, okay, let's do a country stream. Let's see if you can change my mind.
You got balls.
I got them all to give me the cheesiest country songs they could. And I'm sitting there and this is what I hate about country. The whole stream the whole video is going to be a snippet of the song and my little reactions like, why is he singing to that truck with no top on saying he loves it? What's going on? You know what I mean? And that's I'd see. Sometimes you have to be impulsive like that because that'll make a good video.
It can. I get it. Right. Yeah.
Guys, someone who hates country reacting to country, change my mind or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's the way I think, because I like comedy, I like humor and stuff, and I like taking the piss. So that to me was funny. But I tell you what, I needed to replace my headphones after.
Right.
Because They felt polluted.
There was this may get me in some trouble with the audience, but I'll embrace it. Was that it was it was
the sign says
it was my old scoutmaster. We were over at his place for either a scout meeting. This is a long time ago, but in his garage, he had actually fashioned a pipe with holes on top that, with the whole thing where you can feed propane into it. It does the little flames.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Feed a speaker and they replicate what it looks like with waveforms. And we're listening to rock music and different stuff. And he's like, it's really weird. The other night I threw on rock music and the flames just disappeared. Nothing happens. And I'm like, oh my God. So I was like,
Really?
I was like, no, he was being an asshole. He's
I was like, what?
Country music is so bad that it just shut off.
I was like, no, is that for real?
No, but it's again
basically. If it had played country music, you're telling me that hose would have probably got into the back of a truck, drove through some mud, talking to Yeehaw Town. That's what would have happened. Stuck its hat on first.
Yeah.
Told everything. Tell everyone it loved
Yeah.
And then yodeled down the road.
I always say that country music is the same as rap music. They just use different lingo.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Guys talk about their wife leaving them and their dog dying. Rappers talk about their bitch and their chains.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
He's got a 9mm. He's got a shotgun. Yeah.
Drinking some moonshine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's stereotypes.
Crystal and moonshine.
And it's and it's funny too because we've had many journeys or different things that have completely changed our minds and kind of like when you were talking about the goals thing and stuff of the future, that's been kind of one of the things I've been toying with the Cavecast is the whole idea of hey, I know nothing about cars. I could give two shits about it. So it's like having a friend of mine on, Joey, where it's, all right, dude, make me like cars. Why do you love it so much? Or even for shoes for you, where that's a big deal. You love that. That's as much as I love guitars, you love shoes. So
just bought 3 pairs.
It's just, so it's one of those where it's when it comes to music is that, all right, man, prove me wrong. Give me that moment of hearing the Police for the first time where it's oh my God, it's that whole Rob Zombie thing where he's like, I didn't know what this was 5 minutes ago. So it's this is great,
Absolutely.
But in the same hand is that, I've found certain parts of country that I enjoy and then other stuff where I'm like, get it out of here. I want nothing to do with it, and then I will never listen to Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So,
No. There's one, there's a country artist out there. He plays the twangy stuff, right? And I will do a reaction to him any day of the week. And you're thinking, why are you saying this now? You just said you hate country. Have you listened to Wheeler Walker Jr.?
Heard the name, but never listened.
Right, same.
Right. You need to at least, if you don't react to it, just watch one of the songs.
Okay.
I won't tell you why.
All
I'll
right.
let you
Figure it out.
Let's just say it's confrontational. Not only is it confrontational, it can be downright sick sometimes. And I won't tell you why. And also crude.
Never heard.
Family Tree and Fuck This Job are the 2 ones you want to watch.
Okay.
Dude, it's honestly, seriously, send the links when we're done here, man. Because at least if I can just
reactions if you want.
So yeah,
just spend me life laughing at it. It's brilliant. Honestly, it is. To me, it's more humor than it is.
Okay.
Get past the twang and listen to the lyrics, and you'll die laughing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, dude.
I went absolutely mental at someone last week, and I don't lose my shit at all. And I meant to say this before when you was talking about people saying you're doing this for money, you're doing this, that, and the other. And he starts going on this video that I did. Someone asked a question on it, and he went, "Just doing it for the money. He's ripping these artists off, blah 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 blah." And I went, "Okay then, mate. Okay, you live in my shoes for a week. You sit there in front of my computer editing for hours and hours.
Yes.
Then go and do a full-time job and come back and then do a stream and start recording again. And then
Preach.
record all the next day
Dude.
and then do it again. You don't look at those 100 hours a fucking week. Do you know what I mean? You just see the 5-minute video, the 10-minute video.
Yes.
You only
And
see
it's
what we
like-
want you to see.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like, what is your issue?
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Someone said to me today, I'm sure you're a nice guy, but your commentary on this video made my ears hurt. I said, well, you should go to the doctor then. Sarcasm.
Oh my God.
My thing is that 95% of the time, I respond with the little bit that we do catch of the haters and stuff. I respond with something very basic in the fact of, because one, they hardly ever respond back because it's great. And the fact of, thank you for your view and comment. Throwing a fit in my comments, it helps push my algorithm.
Yep.
I've said that before.
But there's that sometimes that 0.5%. They catch me on the wrong day, and I'm like,
What
well,
day you having? Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
It's that whole like nothing to lose thing where it's like, dude, you chose the wrong day, dude.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. Yeah.
And then you say, Eric's actually going to shoot someone.
I'm going to shoot
Shots
this video.
fired at last.
It finally happened.
It finally happened. You know, fucking Jack Sparrow's shot is gone more than you. You know what I mean?
I just cut out everything.
Yeah. Oh my God.
My brain is tuned to comedy, so that you just gotta.
100%.
Man,
I'm out of my beverage.
Yeah. Actually, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, man. We're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. So, man, this has been a fantastic conversation, dude.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being just the first interview of 2024 and just helping us out in every single way that you do. And guys, if you've not subscribed to Lee, you definitely need to. His content is fantastic.
Yes.
Because again, it's one of those that I'm able to, like, both of us were able to sneak in on the reactions of music that we've actually seen,
right?
Stuff like that. So, because what I'm trying to do now is like make it the habit of that, even on like Ron's most recent video, because he started up again, and I was like, you know what, I'm like,
hit play and just not have it up.
Just so that way, where it's like, you know, I'll at least leave you a comment and give you a like, things like that. Like that's such an important thing.
Trying to trying to stay mindful of that myself.
Yeah, man, and it's you know, like we're in the good fight together, and we're very thankful and just very fortunate to have you, man. And you're just a lot of fun to talk to.
Absolutely.
And I think the words
in the words of Ren, which always resonates with me, you lift each other up.
Yes,
you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
that is the best analogy for supporting each other in the reactor community. Always always comment, always, you know, even if you get a conversation. More conversation, more, you know, algorithm pushes.
Of course.
And absolutely straight to these guys as well. Subscribe to their channel as well.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Right back at you. And the Cavecast. Really enjoy that.
Absolutely.
And also subscribe to Riker Road's gaming channel. I don't know the name of it, but apparently it's only the family that's on there. So,
actually, those videos have actually been removed. So those have
been removed.
Got more views now.
Maybe one day.
We have kind of toyed with that, depending on what goes on. Yeah. But man, it's just, you know, just
upload your running simulator.
Yeah. Man, so all right, I know we're probably gonna hang out for a little bit afterwards, but this is as much as you guys are gonna see for the interview. So if you guys enjoyed this, let us know what you did enjoy. Let us know what you want to see in the future. As we said before, leave a like and a comment and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. And to end this properly, Lee, is there anything that you would like the audience to know before we officially sign off of this podcast tonight?
Don't slander us reactors when we do video.
Thank you.
Do not stand there saying that we're wasting your time because you clicked on our video. Don't stand there to us saying that. Hey, listen, I'll go all in, mate. Don't stay there saying you pause too much. Everybody's different. Some people like the pauses. Some people don't like the pauses. Some people like to watch people going, great job, and that's it. You know what I mean? Everybody's different.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We should lift each other up. Be positive.
Yes.
Don't quit. Do it.
Don't quit. Don't quit. And to our next plaques, me and you, us.
I wish you had brought me big vase in now for a drink.
Hey, we still got time. You never know. Something crazy could happen. So, but all right, guys, we will catch you in the next one. Thank you for being here. Adios.
Adios.